Hello and welcome to Spines and Covers. Today I'm going to be doing the Would You Rather book tag, which was created by Ray K Books. And if I remember to put the link in the description, I will leave it there. If not, click this little search bar and go have a look yourself. So this tag consists of 10 questions and it's basically just a would you rather. So let's get straight into it. Would you prefer to read standalones or a book series? Definitely a book series. I love seeing a lot of character development and getting to know the characters and just becoming like a part of their lives and feeling like I'm becoming their friend in the process. And I feel like some standalones are great. There are some great standalones out there, but I am more of a series collector. I'm a series kind of gal. Do you primarily read female or male authors? I'd have to say that it's about an even mix, to be honest. I think I probably have more books by female authors, but if you were to count up like the amount of series that I have, they're about equal. If you were to count it specifically by series and then specifically by the amount of standalones, I'd say it's probably like an even mix, but I have more books by female authors because the series is bigger. Does that make sense? Equality on my bookshelves. Do you prefer bookshops or Amazon? I have to say bookshops. I like going in and purchasing my own books and then just holding them all the way home. But I love the feeling of when you wake up and there's an Amazon delivery and you're like, the book is finally here! But it can drive you insane waiting forever to get a book from Amazon or just to get a book delivered from anywhere. So I'd definitely say that like Waterstones and W.H. Smith, like I definitely prefer to go in, but sometimes I even order from them, so I don't know. I mean, it's cheaper to get certain books on Amazon and you can buy like, you can definitely make sure that you get like an entire series of books if you want to like binge buy, because certain books aren't in bookshops, like Burned by fricking PC and Kristen Cast. No! But I prefer going to bookshops because soon they're not going to be around and that's going to be sad, and I just like being surrounded by books. So definitely bookshops over Amazon. Would you prefer all books to become movies or TV shows? I'd have to say TV shows, because there's a lot more room in a TV show for you to expand and get as much of the book in there as possible. Okay, let's take City of Bones for instance. So the City of Bones film had a lot of problems, but so does the TV show Shadowhunters. Like, they're not exactly like the books, but I'd say that the TV show is more like the book than the film was. And that could be due to like different creators and the way it was written, but there is a lot more that you can do with a book than in a TV show than you can in a film. But there are some great films in there that are like book adaptations, like the Divergent ones and the Hunger Games and the Maze Runner. I think they all make fantastic films, and I don't think they would survive as TV shows because they're not that kind of book. I think it depends on the book, to be honest. So if you watch a TV show, you get to see more of what happens than when you do in a film, but it depends on the book, honestly. Read 5 pages a day or 5 books a week. I'm definitely more of a 5 books a week kind of person. I don't necessarily read that much at the moment, but over the summer I usually read like a book a day. Maybe even 2 books a day, depends on the size of the book. I don't know, it depends on the book, but I definitely try to read as many books as I can in a week, rather than 5 pages a day. That just, no. I couldn't just read 5 pages a day, that's terrible. Like, you'd keep stopping and starting, and you wouldn't feel like you'd like read it, and then you just kind of forget what was happening. Ew. Who does that? Become a pro book reviewer or a famous author? I'd have to say a reviewer, because I hate writing. I love it, but I hate it when other people read it, especially when I'm like in the room. Like, I enjoyed writing books and stuff and short like essays when I was in high school, and I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed like throwing myself in and creating these wonderful characters, and don't have the time to put in enough detail. And I think that if I was to become an author, I'd kind of lose the fun of reading because I'd be too critical of everybody else's books to try and create my book as best as I could. So I think becoming a reviewer is probably best because I like talking about other people's books and I like talking about what's good in other people's books. So I think becoming a reviewer would be really fun. And I'm kind of doing that on YouTube anyway, or starting to, I hope. Would you prefer to read only your top 20 books over and over again, or only ever read new books? New books, because I didn't really get the time to reread my old favourites, like the Harry Potter ones and the Percy Jackson ones. Like, I could read those over and over and over again. But there are just so many new books coming out, like lately, that I feel like I'm missing out on all of these books that I need to read. So if I were to go back and read books that I'd already read, then I'd be missing out on things. Imagine never being able to read a new book ever again. Like, I would never know what happens in the new Magnus Chase Hammer of Thor book, which comes out in October. Like, that would be hell. Like, I'd need to read that book. I wouldn't even know what like goes into my top 20. It would probably just be like 3 book series, and that'd be it. Harry Potter, The Mortal Instruments, and then like the Percy Jackson books, and then that's like pretty much all 20. Like, I couldn't do that. It'd have to be new books. Would you rather become a librarian or a bookseller? I'd have to say a librarian, just so I was like constantly engulfed in books, and I love organising bookshelves. I like organising books, and just I get like this massive like high when I buy new books and I'm like, I get to reorganise my shelves now. Is that really sad? But I love it. I don't know why, but I think if I was a bookseller, yes, okay, you get to see all these new books like first, and you get like the brand new book, and you'd be like, okay, reserve that one for me, and that one for me, and that one for me, and you get all the new books like as soon as they come out, which would be great, but like you'd have so many books to read. And the responsibility of selling books, I don't think I could do that. I was just about to say any money I made from the shop I'd probably like use to buy books, but I wouldn't need to if I could reserve the books all for myself. Oh, that's hard. If I employed somebody to have the responsibility of selling the books for me, I would own a bookshop, and then it would be like my own library. Only read your favourite genre or read every other but your favourite? I'd have to read every other, because I think that reading constantly about like vampires and werewolves and things might get a little bit boring if that was like just what I read. That is all that I read anyway. But like if it was that forever, I think I'd get bored. I don't have anything against other genres, it's just I don't really dip into them at the moment. I might occasionally get the odd book that isn't a fantasy, but I usually just stick to my own little genre and don't really move anywhere from that. Physical books or ebooks? I actually have a specific tablet for books and my audiobooks and everything, and the only time I have ever used it is to audiobook the Mortal Instruments, Percy Jackson books, and the Heroes of Olympus series, and that's it. Like, they're the only 3 that I have listened to on it. I prefer physical books because if I hold the book, then I can see my own progress, and I know how much of the book is left, like by the thickness. You get the feel of the book, you get the smell of the book, you get the beautiful freaking covers of the book, okay, which you don't get to look at all the time if you're on an e-reader. So physical books all the way. Plus, physical books, you get to go to a bookshop. Do you see an online bookshop where you can buy e-reader books? Oh, no. There is no physical shop for you to walk into and buy the ebooks for, right? But you can go into any bookshop, or even like charity shops, secondhand bookshops, and you can buy a physical book and look at it and admire it and buy the cover that you want instead of getting stuck with the cover that comes with the ebook. Thank you very much. Physical books win. But honestly, however you're reading a book, as long as you are getting through a book and you are reading and you are engulfing yourself in a literary world, I don't give a shit how you go about it, but I just prefer physical books. So yeah, that was it for that tag. That was fun. I found out a lot more about myself. Wow. So I want to own a bookshop when I'm older. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. Be sure to subscribe for more book madness, and I will see you next time with a brand new video. Bye! I'm so tempted to say ciao. That's not this channel! Stop doing Life with Lee things! I think that you are a beautiful specimen of a guitar. Where am I going with this? I think that you are a beautiful specimen of a guitar. That was like banjo. I'm gonna stop. This is weird.